10,990 pounds. This one is bittersweet for me. This is a gorgeous, flawless 294 rear living Montana coming in at 34 feet on the nose basically here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And it's basically never been used. They have never slept a night in it. The toilet system, the shower, has never been used. And you're going, what are you talking about? So to help fill in some time here while I give you the backstory, I've prepared some nice, pretty little footage for you. Then we'll see it in more detail in a minute. So this was owned by a regular Haylett RV customer, and they bought a Cougar fifth wheel, used it only a time or two, decided they wanted to go top shelf. They went to a full front living Montana with us at Haylett RV. Then decided that was just too big for them, and they swapped down into this 294 to keep the Montana, but to get something the size of a Cougar. That was last year. They never used this. It's been stored indoors, basically in a time capsule. It's unfortunate. I'm disappointed that my customers didn't get to really use this very much, but I am happy that you folks will get just a screaming deal on something like this. So the previous owner was just an absolute top shelf person. They took care of everything to an extreme degree. If it needed it, the answer was do it, not how much is it. That's the type of person that owned this. Local business person, just basically business was so busy. They tried to use it for one trip a year, but with things like sports and races canceled, they never had a chance. It's a bummer for them. Folks, what a deal for you. Now I'm going to sizzle through this a little faster than normal because I don't think this one really needs a lot of help. So this is the most popular Montana high country floor plan out there. It became popular very, very quickly. And you're getting brand new one at a used RV price tag. Now here's what's really cool about Keystone. Normally with RV manufacturers, warranties do not transfer. Keystone is different. They provide warranty on the VIN number. They warrant the RV, not the owner. So balance of original factory warranty is still in effect on this camper. That is a very cool thing. Quick little look here. We've got that fold-out tri-fold memory foam sleeper sofa, and it is a big, large one. This thing opens right up. It's a comfortable 3-adult seater. A long adult could lay down and stretch out on that thing. You see how the TV can pivot around for viewing. We've got our electric space heating fireplace below, but what you're not seeing is the 16,500 BTU heat pump built into that main whisper ducted air system. This has dual 15,000 BTU air installed from the manufacturer. That is a 12-volt fan up top if you're going to do some boondocking, and we will see this fan up here in a little more detail in a minute. Obviously, also 12-volt. And the I love that fixture. I love the light treatment. I love everything on this. You can see this thing is just loaded with windows all over the campsite of our RV. It does have night roll-down privacy shades as well. This thing it's got everything except the new RV price tag. Power theater seating right here, cinema seating to kick your feet up. That center job right here, if you're looking for more of a love seat, this is actually removable. I suppose if you theoretically wanted to, you could actually take it over here, but to each their own. It just depends on how you want to use the RV. So, you know, you get to enjoy the looks of your campsite instead of the neighbor's site, which I think is absolutely awesome. Naturally, a big luxury fifth wheel like this tends to have more of a freestanding dining arrangement. It does have an extension leaf for some extra elbow room, though. As we work our way around, one thing I will do here is really take some time to dive into the kitchen as a whole, because this thing has an awesome kitchen. It's loaded with easy reach outlets like you see one right on the island face right there. Not to mention just every little nook and cranny of this thing is just wide open storage space. Now, starting right up top before we actually get to the storage, I want to point out that big like XL vent fan up top. That does have a rain sensor in it as well, so that if you have that thing open and you like leave for a while, it will keep your RV from getting flooded out. And you'll see over here, decent pantry space. I like that overhead cabinet kind of, working in conjunction with the pantry. You can see all the original owner's manuals and everything right over here by the little Keurig coffee bar that Montana puts in these. And if my camera works a little funkier than normal, it's because I'm walking around with one shoe because I use the other shoe to hold that cabinet door open. The shoe is not included with the sale of this RV. I need that shoe back. I also like this. If you're not going to use it as a coffee bar, it's a handy little almost pseudo desk entry bureau workstation. And again, the RV was just like not used. This is that little LED floodlight that goes in the little power channel on the awning itself. We have ourselves a two-way gas and electric big 4-door fridge. So this is something that's going to be good for in parks, off grid. You know, you could use it a number of different ways. The storage below the big symmetrical kitchen space over here is terrific as well. I like that full drawer below the oven, but you can see a pair of big cabinets on either side, shelved to really kind of double your storage capacity. Now, if you're noticing, like, there's outlets on the island, there's easy reach outlets right there. There's outlets all over the place on this thing. And thankfully, you're not getting too good of a reflection of myself in the mirror, because my bald head would probably blind you with that reflection. Talk about getting blinded by the light. Am I right, folks? Anyway, so the... it's so stupid, sorry. So the TV, we've seen it can pivot out, but if you're looking back behind it, you can see there's a big chunk of space there. And if you're kind of curious to exactly how deep it is, you can see by opening the cabinets above. This is still legit kitchen space. I mean, you can put big things in there. And something I very often forget, and I really need to do a better job of, is making sure I show you even the overhead cabinetry space that's up in here. Now, this is all pocket screwed cabinetry. It's all hidden hinges. And it's all unused. That's the really... You know, again, I'm disappointed for my previous customers that they didn't use the RV. But man, is it good for you folks. Like, wow. And a quick look here at the island reveals it is similarly stellar. This folding countertop extension right here, it's doing some good things for us. By folding down out of the way, it means that you can access the refrigerator in transit, because you can slide past that door side super slide to get in here. If you need to get to this big 4-door fridge while zipping down the road, you can access all 4 doors of it. You might have noticed, obviously, all the kitchen countertops are solid surface. What you may not have seen is that you have like a giant farm sink below the high-rise sprayer faucet right here, with an additional normal sink right beside that. Now your solid surface covers, they will actually travel down the road inside that little slot where the previous owner put a cutting board that similarly was never used. Then if I get this out of the way, you can see drawers to the floor over here. So you haven't seen a lot of drawers except in that little kind of entry desk hutch thing. This is the majority of our primary kitchen drawer space. But I also want to make a quick little point out, it's easy to miss those little accent lights under the counter. And they're cool during the day. Where they're really, really nice is at night when you're trying to navigate through the RV to sneak some of those leftovers. Or maybe that's just my life. I don't know about you. Now from here, let's take a little look at the entry area. On the way, in the steps, you see the central vacuum. Now, the only thing on this that is, I think, not exactly how it was from the factory or better is the sticker on the central vacuum system itself. It looks like somebody tried to peel that decal off there and just finally gave up. I know that... I think we've all shared that experience. Those things are annoying to the max most of the time. So, I mean, that's the only not as it was from the factory thing. As you're going to see, there's a couple little odds and ends, like the previous owner apparently bought a spare water pump. I don't know why, but there's a spare water pump in this RV. There's a brand new $1,000 mattress that has never been slept on in the bedroom. Sorry. There we go. Jeez, oh Pete's. That is no joke. But some handy lights right when you walk in. You've got our controls for that rain sensoring max air vent fan right here. Multi-speed, open, close, all kinds of good stuff. And just physical switch panels. Not everything in every RV needs to be digital, Bluetooth, do it off your phone. If you want to operate that 12-volt fan, here's where the controls are, up where the grandkids can't get them. Similar to our 12-volt tank heating pad switches. Then up here, we've got ourselves a handy coat hanger, kind of like right by the door, because there's nothing like a pair of drunken octopi welcoming you back to the RV. Am I right? Fantastic bathroom in this one as well. You see that porcelain foot flush stool, plenty of legroom around there, but you see a nice little bonus linen cabinet above. Just extra little details like that. Now again, the shower, the toilet, this bathroom basically was never used. They might have washed their hands in here. That is about it. I actually feel kind of badly, because that is my footprint in there from when I was taking some pictures inside of this beautiful seamless fiberglass shower. That's my fault. I hope you folks can forgive me and, overlook that. Now, this one's really interesting. If you're taking note, you can see how there's a super slide starting in the bedroom that runs all the way back here through the bathroom. This is a 3-slide RV, but it's triple super slide, which is uncommon, and it's because of what they did in the bedroom to shave this down to 34 feet. So if we pop that open and take a look, you can see extra storage and closet space, which is great. But down below, that is where you would be prepped and ready for a washer-dryer unit if you are so inclined. Now over here, you can see how they have some pretty decent countertop space, but if we look below that, then you can see there's a nice chunk of space for storage below that as well. They just really, used every opportunity they possibly could. The bedroom here is an atypical Montana bedroom. This was the first of its kind, but it very quickly caught on and bloomed in popularity. Naturally, of course, it does have that second factory AC installed, but that beautiful front windshield right here, that is something that really makes this bedroom pop. It really opens it up, makes it stick right out. So naturally, one of the questions then becomes, what about storage? Well, as you see down here, there's this big 5-drawer dresser, 4 normal drawers plus one giant like jeans and jammies drawer at the bottom right there, which is something I'd appreciate. Now, if you notice, everything up here in this bed deck is carpetless, and you might be wondering, why is there that little step right there? This is because the pin box is located underneath that dresser, and they have to bulk this up with extra structure to handle the physical stress of towing. But what's kind of cool, the way this is set up, a couple drawers right there and those power outlets right there, I could easily see myself sitting on the corner of this big, beautiful, thick memory foam king bed and using that like as a pseudo desk space with just a really cool view in front of me. Although, of course, it does have a privacy shade you could pull down if you're so inclined. Now, you're probably curious as to what storage is in there. So if we pop those open, you can see dual hanging closets and, of course, those dual mega dresser drawers plus an extra dresser shelf next to that, which is, the shelves are good for really heavy stuff. Drawers are good for lighter stuff. The upper deck bed slide here has that full like shiplap accent wall. The year this was built, Keystone went shiplap crazy. Everything became shiplap. It's like somebody decided to watch HGTV and said shiplap everything. Like, Oprah, you get shiplap and you get shiplap. Anyway, you get the idea. So again, this is someone else's mattress, but nobody else slept on it. And I think that's a key difference. People will ask me sometimes, how's the mattress in that used camper? And guys, I am not a germaphobe. I am absolutely not a germaphobe. Now, I don't go out of my way to lick bathroom door handles or something gross and stupid like that, but I'm not spooked by a lot of stuff. It's just part of life, But a bed? A bed's a personal space now, isn't it? It's a very personal thing. And I like to know that nobody else has slept on my bed before. So I make concessions when I'm staying in hotels, but if I can avoid it, I will. Well, good news is you've avoided it here. And they even kept all their original bedding, and the original pillow slip covers are even in here. Now, super CPAP friendly on this XL side stand. That's something I think a lot of people will appreciate as well. Back outside, there is not a blemish or scuff to be seen. You've got those dual power awnings. Now, with this having that weird extended upper deck, it has a huge front awning, which is great. That windshield looking great up front, but the heavy tint keeping the nosy neighbors out, plus you have the privacy shade. Now, you have a Road Armor pin box and suspension combo, and folks, they are the business. They absolutely get the job done. Mr. Haylett is a Montana user himself, and he has constantly ranted and raved about just how well they tow for him. Now, he's a person who has more years of towing experience than I have years on the earth, so I'm inclined to believe him. We've got ourselves automatic leveling, just push button simplicity. There's a sewer hose caddy tube down below the, like right on the frame rail here as well, which is a nice way to keep your black tank stuff away from your freshwater stuff. This has a slightly smaller front pass-through than some other Montanas, but if I hadn't mentioned that, I don't think you'd even know it, because there is plenty of storage in here. Looks like previous owner threw a little outdoor table in this RV. I mean, look over here. Unused water hose, unused bumper. I mean, there's just, it's a bummer. The RV just wasn't used much. Enclosed protected docking center over here. And Montana is and has been 0 degree rated since 2005 and counting. That's just not a thing you need to worry about on a Montana. Wanted to slide you down the sidewall here so you can see that high gloss exterior. Again, no weathering. The RV, frankly, has had less exposure from the weather on it than many other new RVs at Haylett RV. This was purchased when it was virtually just straight off the production line. We had just gotten this in, and effectively went an hour away from here, was parked in a barn where it sat. That's it. It's it's a time capsule. You have a 3,000 pound rated, not just accessory hitch, but towing hitch down here. You can see the safety chain hooks, as well as the 4-way wiring harness. This is the first generation that had reverse lighting in those taillights, and up top, of course, we are backup camera ready. And then one more good look at those huge campsite panoramic windows before we hop upstairs, giving you the best look at your site, so you don't have to look at your neighbors who might look like me. Like I said, it was bought brand spanking new. It was never used. It was stored inside. The roof is about as clean and flawless as it gets. And just so you know, it does have roof solar prep. That's what that black little plug right there is for. And then you've got yourself a wide open canvas to go solar crazy here. So if you like what you see, give us a call down here at Advantage RV Brokers. This is the consignment division of Haylett RV. This is where we sell RVs on behalf of the owners. But the good news is we still do everything: hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, RV delivery, and everything between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.